this is us, Andy Hall Cars. We've got the C3 out already because it's a miserable day. We've got customer parking, showroom, workshops at the back, and then obviously the cars down there. It's usually about 60 odd. But yeah, back to the Citroen. What I'll do, as you should never look at a car in the wet, is I should dry it as I go around so you can see what the paint looks like. But from what I remember, there shouldn't be anything untoward. Roof looks good. I could do with a bit of a clean. There's a bit of dirt on there, but that's obviously nothing. Driver's rear side. A few little supermarket fat. That's just a mark that will clean off. Looks really nice actually. That is really nice. Got little marks here and there, but I'm fairly certain that may be the only scratch I can find, and that might even polish out anyway. Driver's door edge, there's a few sort of wall marks that most cars of this age are going to have. The door itself looks good. There's a little dent down the bottom there. That's nothing to worry about on the sill, and a bit of wear on the paint there. But obviously, as you can see, that's pretty minor. Into the front. Unfortunately, you can't see the quality of the brakes on something like this with no alloy wheels, but it does feel okay. There's a good 5 or 6 millimeters of tread on that tyre, and the back one looks pretty much brand new. Sorry, I looked at that, I didn't show you, so there you go, looks fairly brand new. On the front, not as new, but still plenty of tread on it and in good condition. The front arch looks dirty, but in good condition. I've got the engine on, let's turn it off a sec. Bonnet, there's not a few little stone chips, possibly a tiny crease in it there that looks actually worse in the camera than it does in real life. In the front there you can barely see it. Might be something there. This may have been repainted at some stage. It's a slightly different colour, but it's not a big surprise on a car of this age. It's had a bit of body work, but obviously nothing major. Headlights nice and clear. No condensation or anything like that. Near side front arch. And the paint is really nice on this car. It's a nice colour. Little mark there. Again, very minor. This tyre, not as new as the other side, but again, good 3 or 4 millimeters of tread, so okay. Passenger door, other than being quite dirty. They do get filthy sat beside the road with us, unfortunately, but we do clean them before they go out. And that is really nice. A few marks down at the bottom. Actually, I'll say that. There's only kind of that and that. We should probably clean off anyway. I'm struggling. A few little marks on the door edge, just there, but that is really, really minor. I'm struggling to find anything that I don't like. That looks like it's had a spray at some stage, so it's a bit not the best of paint jobs I've ever seen, but it's okay. At least it's been done. This tyre, about 4 mil of tread again. Pretty good. Little bit of a mark there, but a lot of that will polish out. Nothing significant. Round to the boot. Again, it's really, really tidy. You know, little marks here and there, but nothing I wouldn't expect to see on a car of this age. When you step back, you can barely see a mark on it. Right, so let's have a look at the inside. We'll start with the boot as I'm here. Parcel shelf is in place. We take these lights out so we can open the boots if the sun ever shines. Put the spare wheel where it should be. A little bit damp there, that's almost certainly our Valetor. I'm sure there's no water coming in because it's all nice and dry around the spare wheel well. There's no water or rust there, so that's all fine. The carpet's dry. Back of the headrests all look nice and clean. Boot trim looks nice and tidy, although the pegs for the, which is very common, there's little pegs that go on there and they always go missing, so can be replaced, but it's nothing major. The boot parcel shelf stays open anyway. Looks like it has got a bit damp where our Valetor's just left it, so I'll make sure that's cleaned off. Yeah, silly sod. That seat's grubby. It's okay, but it's not as clean as I would like. So I'll make sure that that gets cleaned up for you. But the back of the driver's seat, spotless. Back of the passenger seat, spotless, and the door card looks good as well. Oops, just got separate that. So in the front, first impression. Obviously it's quite a pale colour, so any dirt is going to show it, but it's pretty good. Door card looks good. A few marks down right down the bottom. People scuff their feet, but nothing except for that there really. Obviously you get marks on the sill, but that's going to happen with a car that's 30 years old anyway. So the trim looks nice. I haven't got a book pack for this one, but I'm sure we can get one if you need one. It's pretty basic, so I'm sure you can figure it out. Stereo and aircon. Start it up. So check the mileage. It says it's due a service, oil okay. Oh, it's telling me a bulb's missing. We can sort that out, or it's gone. 72,075 miles. The only warning I've got there is a service indicator, but as I say, we can service the car. Yeah, just look at the trim, it all looks in very nice condition. The steering wheel being a kind of a man-made material, they do wear around the edges, but that's normal. But everything else is really nice. All the buttons here are all kind of in really nice condition. They sometimes go flaky, and on the stereo it is really tidy. So look at the roof lining. Again, perfectly happy with all that. It's all in good condition. Seats are nice. I mean, there's a bit of grubby mark there, but in terms of the condition, the velour, really nice. Armrests as well. And the other side. Again, door card looks nice and clean. Passenger seat is a bit of fluff, which I hate because I used to do valeting, but we can clean that off. But again, it's condition wise really nice. Oh, I just rubbed it, it looks grubby, but I might have to take my word a little bit. It is it is nice and it isn't that dirty. Yeah, more than happy with that. I like this car anyway, but this one is, I think, as I said on the phone, nice condition and as tidy as I've seen. I'll quick look under the engine, under the bonnet even. Bear with me a second. Turn on for a sec. Right, obviously there's not a great deal to see, but check the engine. All looks in reasonably good order, fairly tidy, nothing I won't want to see. The mayonnaise under the oil cap, no, it's perfectly good. Check the dipstick as well, make sure there's oil in it. Yeah, looks like we've got plenty of oil. That's okay. If it's due a service, we would give it a service, so that it's no problem. I was just a bit worried because I could see water down there and I thought it was the bottom of the car, but it's not, it's the floor. Yeah, I mean there's not a great deal to see under here as I say, but what I can see looks exactly as I would expect to see it. And the engine sounds and runs fine, so well, there we go. That is our 1695 Citroen C3, and I've just noticed the roof runners are in place and in good order. Often these get warped and bent and people just take them out, but these ones are still here and in good condition, so it's good news. But yeah, there we go. Hope you agree, it's nice. I'm trying to walk backwards here and try and get the whole car in the front. Nice tidy Citroen, and for me, good money for money. So there we go.